Great. So, for today, I wanted to suggest that we make this session about questions that you might have, questions that are of a concern. If there is anything that we can clarify, let's do it. Yeah, because over the past weeks, I've been explaining a lot about the business model. We've been talking with you about how you can grow, and there have been many things going on. So let's make this today the session where we're going to, if there is something unclear that you wonder about, how is this possible, how does that happen, etc., let's do that. Okay, so let's go for a Q&A. And anything, no matter how, it will never be silly. Don't worry about that. I'm not going to think, oh, this is something that we've been talking about, how come they don't understand, nothing like that. We're going to clarify, yeah, bit by bit. I'll try to do my best. If an explanation, if a line of explanation that I'm taking is not clear, I'll try to change it, etc., provide examples, etc. So let's do it. Now, before that, I would like to ask you guys, because right now we have people all over the world, yeah? By the way, I'd like to greet our partners. We already have partners in South America. They're sleeping, but they will be watching this talk. So hello to all of you guys. And we're getting partners that are in different places. So Fiona is, well, you will tell me where you are. I believe in the UK, but
yeah, I'm. That's right. I'm in the UK, in London, Radmila.
Okay, thank you. So let's take a little bit an overview of how are you over there? What's the situation in general? What's the market? If you can give us an update, that would be amazing. Yeah, to understand, to have the broader picture. Let's start with you, Fiona. How's things over there in the UK? How are you guys?
Well, for me, I've been getting to grips with a lot of the new teaching materials. I've been taking on, some more hours. Sadly, I haven't got my own clients yet. I've been trying really hard. I had a few leads, which got me excited, but I don't think that's got anywhere yet. So I feel that I'm slowly making progress, but I wish that I could make a lot more progress. And I do have a few questions, in fact, related to how the partners work, actually, Radmila. You said this was a Q&A session. And one of the things that I would really like to understand a bit better is, on the platform that there is an option for partners. Under what circumstances should that be used? What's the whole concept and idea behind that that option?
Okay, so what that will allow you, for instance, is to the people that are right now on Teams. Now let's say that those who are attending the Friday talks may have already good knowledge of the people around you, right? So with these partners, if you consider that you would like to deepen your relationship, then you can reach them through the app, through the platform. So you have to send them a request with the email that they have registered with, which Teams will allow you to ask, hey, do you want to partner with me? So tell me your email, I'll send you a request, and the other teacher can accept it. Yeah. Now, imagine that this is a global. So this app right now we're using it for us, for ourselves, but we are very ambitious. We will go global. There will be millions of users one day, surely, which we're not going to necessarily have any close relationship. These guys might have private classes. Yeah, if you already have private classes, then you can also use that option. Basically, you can approach someone that you are partnering with to substitute you. Yeah, the problem with private classes is it's not our model. Yeah, this is not our model, but people might have it. Yeah, what is the situation with private classes? Yeah, they require 100% of you. Now imagine that you are not in Oxinity, that you're outside the model, I mean. You're outside the model. That means that if you want to take a vacation, holiday, yeah, you either stop teaching or you find a replacement. Yeah, you can agree with someone, with one of your partners. So this is a solution for people that have the private class business and they can ask for a substitution. Who should you ask? People that you are partnering with, people that you trust, etc., etc. Yeah. So this is the aim of this tool. Okay,
Okay.
because for the open web classes, there are other instruments or other instruments that or tools that we are using, or even that your schedule is full and you are having a student that you want to pass to someone, yeah, so you can pass it on to a partner. So this is a tool that probably serves better the people that go for the private class model and want to have some solutions in this case scenarios. Yeah, I'm full, or I
Mhm.
want to take a day off and I don't want to lose money.
Okay, so that's essentially for private classes. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it seems, is it right that if we have that same scenario where if you, for whatever reason, are not available on a day, but it's during times when you would normally be teaching open web classes, is
Mm-hmm.
it the right thing to do to be going to Maria? Because Maria
Yes.
seems to be a very busy lady. She's tackling, holding all sorts of things together. Uh, I've been going to Maria if for any reason I can't
Mm-hmm.
take a class or can't do a
Yeah, that's
day.
fine.
Is that the
Yeah.
is that the right thing to do?
That would be the right thing to do, or to business management guys, yeah, because they also can find a very quick replacement. So here we have to, again, let's think of the business models. Yeah, we have different needs, very different needs, and different solutions. For let me call it the 35. Maria actually gave it that name, and I like it very much. The 35 euro hour model and the private classes model. So for the private classes model, let's say that everything is on you. Any decision is on you. And your availability. Yeah. So we will try to help how. For instance, with something like that you can use the platform to reschedule, you can use the platform to find someone else, etc., etc. You don't need to do that with the open web classes. There is no such need. So if you are in the need of um, us finding someone to cover you in the open web classes, either you can approach Will and Daniel or Maria. Yeah, they can do that. Now, here is something that has been happening. If it's a one-off or for a short time, whatever, we'd rather know it. We'd rather know that for 1 week you are taking a week off, so we're going to transfer these classes to someone else. Sometimes there have been some abusive practices. Yeah, I'm not going to mention details, but we've had them. You have to think that in the open web classes, we have to provide high quality. Yeah, so high quality by the system, provided by the system. We cannot blame it. If we have scheduled you, we cannot blame it on the next teacher to provide a poor class. Yeah, you're still responsible. It has to be under agreement. So either you approach Maria or the guys in business management, but it's better that, or if you're 100% certain that the person you're passing the classes to is going to do a great job, fine, but I would do it through the channel of business management or Maria. Mhm.
Great. Okay, that's clear. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so okay, so this is one thing that for all of you, just remember that the platform has these solutions for you. Yeah, not necessarily involving Maria, but for the open web classes, which is our business model, the 35 euro business model, then it's better to be coordinated with her. So, how is then, you mentioned that you are not getting clients yet. Yeah, Fiona? Okay.
Just I'd unmuted. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying. I would really like to get some of my own students, and I'm starting to do different ways. Like I've contacted Anna recently because I've got some contacts who might in the UK who could be interested in Spanish lessons. So flipping it round.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think, as you know, most of my contacts who want to learn English are based in France,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been a little bit of a difficulty for me, you know, because of the language difference and the fact that Oxinity does tend to be very Spanish based.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm exploring now. Just I was talking. Well, I was communicating with Anna about what would be the best kind of links to use with English speakers who would be interested in learning Spanish. So she's sent me some links that
Mm-hmm.
that would be appropriate. So I'm going to start doing that now.
Okay, great, great. That's great. So, um, worth partnering with Anna, by the way. But talking about partnerships, but this need to go and open to other languages, we're now working on it. Now, let me here thank Gergo, yeah, very much because he volunteered to translate the dossiers into English. He's doing it in English and in Hungarian. So thank you very much. I need to make a couple of changes and then I will share his work with all of you guys. Yeah, that has been absolutely brilliant. Greatly appreciated, Gergo. Okay, so we will have stronger linguistic presence when we offer the services. Yeah, so we will include French, we will include we have been requested Arabic as well. So, well, little by little, we will get there. Yeah, and hopefully Hungarian, Bulgarian as well. So, okay, now that we're talking about it, let me ask Gergo, how are you doing over there, Gergo? How is the situation with you guys there? I don't know if you can hear us and speak. Maybe you cannot. Mhm. Okay, fine. So is there anyone that is not in Spain? You hear us. Yeah, you hear us, but we cannot hear you. It's all right. Johanna, how are you? Can you hear us? We can't.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? Where are you in the first place?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? It just took me a moment to figure out what to press to hear you properly.
Yes. No, where are you?
Yes, so I'm in Czech Republic now.
And how are you guys over there?
Great. We're doing great here.
Yes. What's the market like there, over there?
I recently started targeting young people who maybe didn't pass the graduation exam.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like an idea I had because many people need to repeat their English exam and they need to work on their language skills over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an idea I'm working on right now. Just last week I had the thought to yeah go this direction, and also I want to approach more like Czech marketplaces because there are website I've been thinking on, but there has been some personal stuff going on, but now I'm in like a more calm place to focus more.
Okay, so let's take it. Very interesting things that you were saying, but first of all, where is the market? Like I was asking about the market, but let me start first by clarifying something. Are you guys pretty much vaccinated? How is the vaccination going on over there?
Oh, I think that the older people are vaccinated, and now the younger people can go vaccinate, but it seems like the younger people doesn't want it that much.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like kept progressing, but I think that it stopped when they started inviting people 30 and less, because people 30 and less mostly don't want the vaccination, seems like.
Interesting. Right. If they don't want the vaccination, I'm asking this because of there is another thing. Where is the market going towards? Is it staying online, in person? How is it over there?
Uh, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Like, I wasn't able to get many Czech students because they think it's like too pricey. Our price is too pricey for them.
How much are you selling at?
I'm selling for 13 per hour, so 7 per class, as the model says.
Why not 7 per hour?
7 per hour?
Yeah.
That's not much, no? I think.
No, that's not much.
Yeah. So
So
7 per half an hour, I mean, so 14 per
no,
hour.
7 per hour.
And that's something I should do, you think?
Yeah. Why are you not? I don't know
I
what
don't
you're
know.
understanding, but the price, the €7 per hour for a student, is it a good price?
Uh, I
Seven.
guess. I guess
Yes.
so.
Yeah. So why don't you do it? Tell me
Hmm.
what is tell me what is in your mind because I know what you're
Yeah.
thinking. I
Yeah.
know what you're thinking, but I want you to tell me.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to start with like higher price, because when you start with lower, so it's hard to get to the higher one. Or how do I explain that suddenly I want more, or is this going to become a standard now, 7 per hour? Or I don't want to get stuck on a low price, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. What you want for yourself is a low rate per hour, right? First of
Yeah.
all, okay, first of all, when we talk about, sorry, Johanna, you'll tell me when to stop if this is too much, yeah? But believe me, we're now getting to the core of the conversation. It's super interesting. So, you want to offer something that, first of all, are you thinking of one student here, two students, three? How many are you thinking? One,
I'm
two,
not
one.
thinking.
You're not thinking. You want students.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What do you want for yourself?
Uh, I want to make enough money to be happy.
Perfect. How much is enough?
Actually, I'm quite happy now because I'm very humble, to be honest. But yeah, like more can be nicer also.
Okay, Sam,
I don't know if I'm good example for
you're a
yours,
great
for
example.
what you're
You're a
trying to.
great example. Believe
Yeah.
me, you're
Oh,
a great.
good.
You're exact. This is for everyone. Yeah, this is for everyone. Now, this is where you guys, I think, are making mistake number one. Yeah, and it's not because it's probably me. I haven't explained it well enough. So, why don't you offer €7 per hour? Because you think that even though that's a great deal for your students, it's not
Mm-hmm.
enough for you. Yeah, it's not enough for you. Which means that, okay, so you're thinking that, okay, I cannot live on seven. And I never say that you should live on €7 per hour. It would be crazy. It would be absolutely out of question. So, what am I talking about here? Why am I telling you €7 per hour is possible, but your rate can be 21? What am I talking here? Where is the
That
trick?
if I
Seven
get,
times three.
yeah.
Say
7 times 3 is 21.
exactly. Seven times three. Seven times three. We are grouping. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are grouping. And why €7 per hour and not per class? But first of all, I'll go to that question. What does it mean 7 times 3 that Blanca has just said? What does that mean?
21 per hour.
Yeah, that's 21, but what does that mean? What's behind this question, this concept? 7 times 3.
That I'll put students in a group and not. I don't teach just one student for
Yeah,
7 per hour.
that's it. That means that the student pays 7 euros per hour. Yeah, that's what the student pays. But we're grouping, it's 7 times 3. And now you would wonder, how is it possible 7 per hour? Let's talk about it because this will stick. Yeah, so how is it possible? Uh, and of course, remember, it's not necessary that you group them in the same group. So you don't have to think, okay, now it's difficult, it's more difficult because now Radmila is telling me, yes, 3 students in the same group will give me 21 euro per hour. No, I'm not saying that. It's just 3 random students in any 3 random groups.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is what we have to understand. And then the 7 euros hour, how is that possible? Anyone? Do you guys know? Charles, you've raised your hand. Ah, you know it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay.
App 30 minutes and 30 minutes in an open web class. And like you said, if we capture 3 students for a week, one on Monday, one on Wednesday, or 2 on Wednesday, it doesn't matter where, we have our 21 per hour.
Yeah, this is it. You
Okay.
nailed it. This is it. This is exactly what it is. So and this, guys, is your fantastic opportunity to explain. If we have that effect, 7 euros per hour, and a company is telling us, hold on, how do you do that? Yeah, because I hear offers of 35 of the per student. Yeah, per student per hour. Per student per hour. Yeah, how do you do it? So the explanation, if you're asked, is very simple. Now, uh, programming does a big deal. Programming technology does a big deal. So, what is in a class? Not an Oxinity, any class. In any class, we have, first of all, one element that all of you must be doing, which is you are talking, you're providing practice for the student, you're activating. Yeah, you're activating, your student learns. I want to think that they are challenged to go outside their comfort zone, etc., etc. So this is something that is absolutely necessary in class. But in any other class, teachers are also there for practices that, for instance, are or involve a student doing an activity, then checking the right answer, then giving an explanation for the wrong answers, or doing a listening. Yeah. So these are the things that we can take technology and say, now you technology provide practice to the students, okay, so that they pay less. This is it. Yeah. By no means, though, that means that your rate is going to suffer. No, we're just saying now with technology, what we can do is group the things, the element that they can do alone, and we can measure. Yeah, we can measure the results. So based on what the students do, we can measure. We can have data that then we're going to use in class with you. Yeah, for the student, that means that they can pay less, but the teacher, and that this is the beauty, keeps that rate that we're according to our model that we want for you, 21, 28, 35. Okay, so they don't need to pay these hours, the students, but you are paid for the rate as you get students in the system. Do you want me to explain that better? Is that clear enough or not? Everyone, yeah, I can see some people
Clear
saying
for me.
yes. Clear for you? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We,
Thank you.
yeah. So, will that give you the confidence now to offer 7 euros per hour and to explain it?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. You try to explain it, see what happens,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you that it's not that way. You go ahead, Johanna.
Yeah. So, it's not about how little or okay. So there's grouping students, so it's always beneficial. I mean,
Yes,
in a
but
simple,
if
simplistic.
okay, okay. Now I'm a student, and you have to explain it to me, and you will tell me you have to pay 7 euros per hour, yeah, and you have to explain how is that possible. How would you do that? Let me ask someone else. Georgina, how would you explain it to me?
Well, I just had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, how many apps are there out there that you can learn for free? Okay. Well, there's many, and a lot of people use them, and they're really popular. But well, imagine that for only €7, you
Mm-hmm.
have the app and also a teacher for you. So it's just a little bit of money, really, with your app that you can use whenever you want, blah blah blah. But plus a person. I would maybe go that way because like the technology part, Admila, like the way I see it, it's hard for people to understand. I mean, when I explain it, I have to like friends and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they're like, but I have to explain it like really detailed, how the process goes, how you're marked, you put the data in, the system processes the data. If you do it well, you don't do it well, the system gives back some exercises to further, continue developing or sorry, to further practice or to. And when I explain it in detail, they're like, now I understand. But to somebody
Mm-hmm.
that you just meet in the street for the first time or a possible client, you don't have that much time. And
No,
they're not
it's
so
true.
interested. They're not so interested really. So
Mm-hmm.
I would go for that. Like, hey, for €7, I give you a free app, but plus a teacher. So I think I
Uh,
would go like the other way around. I would go
It's
the other
very
way around.
good.
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
very, it's almost there. You're almost there. And flexibility, you can add and flexibility to choose any time. Yes, this is very important, and flexibility. And then do a little bit of link the app and the class. Yeah, just this. You can have the flex. Okay, so for instance, you can have the app and the teacher, but from the app we collect a lot of information about what you don't know, and then we focus in the classes there, and you have the flexibility of choosing and canceling classes at your disposal, at your best availability. You can have classes anytime you want, and you can cancel. And do you know? And you can book and cancel as you wish. Do you know the effect? Let's now think of a company. Do you know what effect that causes on, for instance, on the human resource department? That what Georgina was explaining, yeah, that flexibility, that part of people being able to cancel, to book and cancel at their best convenience. Do you know what it causes?
Trust?
Actually, Radmila, sorry, it's Fiona here.
Yeah.
I have worked with companies whereby the schedule with a student is cast in stone. It's absolutely cast in stone, and there is no flexibility for either the
Mm-hmm.
student or the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have to ask permission to change even the slightest thing. And in comparison, Oxinity is super flexible.
Yeah.
This is a million miles away from other scenarios that I know. So you're saying, what does
Mm-hmm.
it do to a human resources?
Yeah.
Well, they the human resources don't department of an academy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like it if there are any changes from the student or from the teacher, because that causes them a lot of work. Yeah.
Okay.
Whereas here,
Yes.
if we're telling the students, hey, you can
Yeah.
change, you can book at your own free will according to your calendar. You
Yeah.
can cancel it at the last minute. That
Mm-hmm.
super flexibility, we probably should really highlight that, because
There you
pe-
are.
people's schedules change a lot, and just to be able at the drop of a hat to say, hey, I can't do it today, but I'm going to do it tomorrow, is fantastic.
You're absolutely right. Um, in fact, this is one thing that you've thought of human resources, yeah, that they dislike flexibility because there is a lot of admin work, so they're not going to do it. But the student still will still need to for instance to miss a class if they have a meeting to attend. So what that provokes, and this is where I wanted to also to make you reflect on, that is, if their schedule is cast in stone, as you said, if I miss a class, then I will have 25% less of attendance in a month, for instance, yeah, or whatever percent less in a month. Problem resources is scheduling. And problem number 2 of human resources is attendance. Yeah, they cannot, I don't know in the UK, but at least here in Spain, especially when funded by Fundae, attendance has to be up to 80%. Yeah, so how is it if a student has 1 class a week and it coincides? Yeah, it's a nightmare, because then attendance is dropping and there is no mechanism of catching up. Okay, so this, for instance, let me tell you a case. This is a real case with one of our partners. She has a company. Yeah, so in this company she has a lot of people, they, at the beginning, we had to give solution, and we agreed to the terms that they were saying. So they were grouping people because it was cheaper for them. Okay, so they were not paying per student, but they were paying per group. Okay, so she said, okay, let's do it, and we agreed to whatever number of to whatever price. So at first attendance was good, but it started to fall. Okay, so she was doing the classes, but it wasn't. And I know the quality of her classes, so I know that it wasn't her fault, But she had that situation where people had to do things. So if at first attendance was around 90%, it was falling. So what that and the company was funded by Fundae. Eventually, we had to sit with the human resources, and they were telling us, okay, so it's not longer. We cannot pay right now. If before we were paying 30 euros, okay, for 5 students, it was very good price. But now 2 are going. Okay, now it's unbelievably expensive. Right now we cannot go for it. So what we said is, all right, so how about this alternative? Okay, you guys pay per student, but you pay and you grant you grant for yourself all this attendance at 100%. Okay, and zero. And actually it was something that she requested the teacher, because she said, otherwise I'm going to lose them, so can we do that? And we said yes. We didn't lose the company. Hopefully, they are staying and using the funds for next year. But you have to know that this was has been a repeated case scenario. Yeah, they insist because they want to keep the teacher. Fine, the teacher is granted, but then the other example or the other situation is, and now attendance. And attendance is not on you guys. It would be, I have to tell you that no matter how great the class you provide, uh, people start with very motivated, then they start having issues. And here is where you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right, Charles? This is the right. So here is what you can do. You guarantee attendance at 90-100%, an unbelievable price, 7 euros hour, and zero, pretty much zero work, for zero organizational work. Actually, the best price 7 euros, but cost is at zero. Yeah, if in Spain, if with Fundae, if in Spain, if so. So this is what you can do for companies. Again, Georgina's example was good. Try to make them with just a highlight, one sentence, in one sentence, point that out. They will listen to you. Yeah, and maybe, Fiona, that way, if you say that you're not getting clients yet, maybe that way they will get to listen to you. Yeah, because let's face it, price will be also always will be a factor. Yeah, and quality as well. Price, but you're right. For companies, price will be it, and all the benefits for human resources. Yeah, so this is what we put forward, and in your offer, this is what you have to put over. This is what this service can do for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Great
Okay.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what else? Any other, are there any questions regarding what we're talking here? Any questions, anything I can make clear, Charles?
Yeah, Ramila, thinking about maybe our personal contacts. I know Fiona mentioned something. And we all have personal contacts. And maybe people we've taught with before, and they really liked our classes, but they want to go to open web. We can't take them, but what can we reassure them? We can reassure them that we work with a team of like-minded individuals. And something you said before, that business management must okay a substitute. So we have qualified teammates that will take over, like-minded individuals. We teach in the same fashion. Is there anything else we could say as a selling point for our teammates? Any other ideas that anybody else has?
So here, yeah, you have to clarify the mechanisms of controlling quality here. Yeah, because if you say, oh, the people are amazing here, well, they can say, fine, but um, I, I, I know where you come from. So, for instance, a teacher like you that has a very good reputation in a company, for instance, people will start comparing. Okay, so they will compare and they will say, you will set the standards and they will say, okay, we want as much as possible something similar to that. Now, to that, we have to tell them, we have to explain the mechanisms of detecting possible issues, because let's face it, we cannot, no matter how great a teacher we are, we cannot please every single student out there. Yeah, but we can make very fast changes and adaptations if need be. Yeah, so when guided by a team, not one individual, of course there is a strong cohesion here. Yeah, and there is a strong cohesion. Maybe you don't see it so much when you see each other, but the cohesion is very strongly noticeable when you teach your classes or when you use the material, because there is, when I, for instance, check activities, I say, wow, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. This activity is brilliant. And I can imagine how good a teacher that person will be in class, yeah, by the activity that I'm reading from them. Okay, so uh, behind this team, there is a system that helps everyone to become the better version of themselves, and we have mechanisms of detecting if there is an issue very quickly. We can change, yeah, very quickly. So this is what you can put forward when people understand that. And I've had to explain that millions of times in companies, and I can start my pitch by saying that everyone is a TEFL certified native, whatever, but they don't listen to that, because everyone says that. People start listening to me when I explain what's behind this collaboration. So it's when they see how teachers are organized to produce these activities, how this system measures everything, how then technology eliminates or can get rid of what doesn't work and keeps what works, how then we can measure students, their progress, and provide to the teacher what they need to activate in class. All these things stick much more than just how great, well, of course, the quality of the teachers as well. I don't want to here to prioritize. Both are important, but eventually the students they know. And if they tell you, for instance, I've got this very morning, I've got a comment. The teacher was using Spanish and didn't make me participate so much. This is it. I don't need more, neither the teacher. So when a teacher reads that comment, they will say, I screwed it. Sorry, my language. I screwed it. I have to change. They dislike this. So Radmila doesn't even have to intervene many times. But if I have to, I can give guidance. I can give support. I can give training. We can provide that training. Yeah. And we can change the teacher. Last case scenario. Yeah. It's been terribly bad experience. But the system knows. Students know and the system knows. Yeah, so you can have this reassurance here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cross-checking also, always, yeah. We have feedback from the student, we have feedback from the system, we cross-check, we cross-reference, and then we can make a very good changes, you know. You don't have to be afraid of mistakes, guys. Be afraid of the systems that aim perfection and have no mechanisms of correct mistakes quickly. This is what you have to fear, yeah, because the best textbook, yeah, the best textbook, at the end of the or in the following edition have they start with correcting the mistakes from the previous edition. Once out, once released, they have no mechanism of correcting further. This is it. Here it's something dynamic, very easily adaptable, and there are mechanisms and protocol of fixing things pretty fast. Yeah, so I hope this helps. Mark Venning, you have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering about because of the kind of low rate per student, what happens when students don't turn up for classes? When you think you're going to get 3 students and you only get 1.
Doesn't matter.
Does that mean you're only going to get like whatever half of 7? What is that?
But no. Okay, very good question. Let's talk about it. So if the group is yours, yes, but you yes, okay, but no, now forget about that. Now think of 3 people. They can go anywhere. Yeah, you can be teaching 1 student in an open web class, but not because you're teaching 1 student you will get 1/3 of the class price. Yeah, you will get 14 euros, Mark, but you're having 3 students or 1. Let's start with 1. You're having 1 student somewhere. Yeah, so you don't have to wait until students are in this group.
No. I
You're
mean,
not
because
convinced.
I have had, I mean, often it does seem to happen that you have, you think you're getting a group class and it's just a one-on-one, and that does happen a lot.
But is the group yours?
No, not in that case. So in that case, for me, it's the same. But I mean, I think if it were my group, I mean, yeah, that would be a bit more, I think.
Okay.
I mean, if you've got like let's imagine that you've got a company. I mean, this is all hypothetical.
Exactly.
If you've got a company and you think you're getting, and it's yours, and you think you're getting 3 students, and then only 1 turns up, you're not getting very much there, are you?
No. Look, you have a company, right? This is the case scenario. Okay, so you have offered them that each one of these students, or your the deal with the company is that they will pay per student. Okay, fine. So imagine that this company gives you 3 students. Okay, so they pay 14 euros per hour. No, 7 euros per hour in this case. But they have half an hour with the teacher, half an hour with the platform. Okay, so it's just 3 students. Yeah, they can go they can take any class anytime they want. Okay, now you have 3 students in the open web classes somewhere. Okay, you can either teach 1 class that at your disposal, no, not disposal, at your availability, at your convenience, sorry, at your convenience. You can tell us, Radmila, I want to teach on Monday 5 till 6. Give me an hour there. Yeah, my students, they will go somewhere, wherever they want. I will teach 5 till 6. Okay, so that will be 14 euros. Being there 1 student or 2 or 3. But you have 3 students somewhere else. So 14 plus 3 times 7 is 21. Yeah, that is so 21 plus 14 is 35. Do you follow me, Mark?
Sort of. I don't know.
I'll start again. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll start again. So you teach Monday 5 till 6 as per your request. Yeah, how much?
Well, how much would it would be? Would that be €7 per hour? Or would that be €14 per hour? I'm getting confused.
Yeah, 14 euros per hour, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is no matter what, no matter if there is one student, two, three, perfect. Okay, so now you have three students. They go, student one, Monday, 7 till 8 a.m. Or student two, 8 till 9 a.m. Student three, 9 till 10 a.m. They go to completely different groups.
Right.
Okay, fine, but there are three students. Fine. So 3 students times 7 equals 21. This is the margin for you from these 3 students. Yeah. So you have to sum the 21 plus the 14 if you're only teaching 1 hour, and you will be on 35 euros per hour.
Right.
It's
So
not
if
right.
those students get added to another group, does that mean I get the extra? That if I'm teaching another group, it won't just be 14, it will be 14 plus another 7.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that student will be in a grouping of 3. And from whatever we collect, we have the cost of the teacher, 14. But we have profit. Yeah. Profit is distributed profit. 3 people give us a profit of 21 euros. And if you have a student there, then you have a plus 7. If you have another student in another group, then you have a plus 7, and so on. Okay, so but there is another case scenario in this case. If you have 3 students, yeah, there is either you teach 1 hour and you have 3 students that give you 7 euros each, or what is the alternative here? Do you know it?
To have your own group?
To have to ask us for 2 more classes. Why? Because yes, you won't be on 35 euro hour rate, you will be then on 21, but you will have 2 more classes, so you can.
But you have to ask for that. That's not given automatically.
No, but of course you can ask them automatically. What does that mean? The technology of identifying is and distributing. First of all, think that you are entitled to it, but there are people that right now, and they're here in within us, that are above that rate. I know that I cannot give certain people, for instance, if it was an automatic process, then the system would have to allocate hundreds of hours to Anna. She doesn't want any. Yeah, so the system cannot automatically allocate hours to Anna. You know, so it has to be, you will tell me whether you want us or you to teach 1 hour or 2 or 10. Okay, you decide. So this cannot be automated.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay, a lot of questions here.
Yeah.
And Mark, if you have further questions and it's not clear, I'll then explain until it's clear. Okay, so we have Georgina and we have Charles again.
Yeah, my question was maybe in the line of what Mark was saying. To what point is it automatized? Why am I asking this? Because suddenly, well, if I teach one of my clients, that means it's my group. Is it? It means I'm the owner.
Not necessarily.
No, okay, then why
in the
not?
open web, in the open web, it can be your group, it can be any group, it can be your group or not. So it doesn't have to be okay. If you want to be the owner of the group, you can be the owner of the group. If you think that way it's more profitable for you, fantastic. If there are always 3 students out there, fantastic. But you don't need to be to make money. So you can have any of the open web classes. You can teach any of the open web classes at your convenience. and then the students can go to any other class. Why do you, I don't understand why the concept is you decide when to teach, students decide when to go. Why is it so important that you're the owner of that group?
I'm stuck with that. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
stuck with that.
but
Like
why?
that because I don't know. I'm stuck. The thing is, why is because I don't understand. This is
Yes.
why I'm stuck because I don't understand that I don't really understand the difference. And I know I've asked you this a billion
Uh-huh.
times.
Yes.
Like
So you were
I would
you
like to know. I would like why? Okay, then the question: why? Then why does it exist? Why does the fact of being the owner of a group exist if the actual workout of profit of that is the same
it's
as
the
open
same
web class?
exactly.
Why
A
does
very good
when and
question.
then why does it exist
But
anyway?
for
Why does
privates,
it
for
exist?
groups, for privates and for groups,
Okay, so
because
it exists for
yes,
people who only want private classes. Let's say there's a like what Charles was saying, right? So okay,
yes,
a client or a student like, okay, I only want class with Charles
yes,
forever. Then that's his group.
that's it. Yes,
Okay, all right,
yes,
but that would be
this
the
is it.
client to decide.
That would be the client to decide. Yes.
Okay,
But
vale.
this,
Okay,
so this is not the open web class mode. The
no.
private classes follow their own logic. The private classes have different one logic, yeah, two different universes, two different parallel universes. They
Right.
never, they're not. Sorry, Charles. I'll give you just a minute. That because this is important. Just remember what you're going to say. They cannot coexist. It's either one or the other. Yeah. When you are the owner of a class, then this is it. You depend on your hours, on your availability. When you are full, then there is just one option for you, and this is try to do your best not to lose students, which will happen anyway. So then what? Yeah, this is it. Yes, you can be the owner of the group there. Why? Because this is the model that you've chosen, private class or group private class. It's still the same. It's the same. You can have one student, two, three, four, five. Open web classes. Open web classes are, imagine they are uh, ownerless. Ownerless.
Mm-hmm.
If you teach one, you get 14 euros. Ownerless, yeah? Imagine, let's put it that name. But at the same time, in this ownerless class, we have cost of teacher, 14, always, and three people. Each one of them generates 777, 21. Yeah, we then distribute this, the profit between the people that have put students there. This is it. So you don't have to thinking, if I'm owner of an open web class, what's the need? There is no need. If you insist,
Well,
I'll make you the owner of the open web class, but what's the need?
no, it's a fact. Like I didn't understand. Like, okay, why does it even exist in the first place? Because then, if you
For
say,
private,
okay, like, okay, you have a private class, okay, every student who adds up at 7, yeah, whatever. If I have my own students
because,
floating out there in Oxinity land and they're being taught by other teachers, I'm
yeah,
also getting 7. So I didn't
but
really understand the difference. So I guess it's like
because,
maybe a locked thing
yeah,
that's locked, maybe.
in the past,
And
if you were more reluctant, you didn't have, people in general were saying, okay, I'm afraid of selling this because it's, oh my God, what will happen here? So we say, okay, leave the class, let your student in, leave the class open, and you will be receiving two more students. But right now, this transition is no longer necessary. So you don't need it, actually.
well, it's not the model anyway, I guess. It's not even the Oxinity model, right? I mean,
No, this is not the
it's
obscenity.
out there for somebody to use if they want to, but it's not actually the rules of the game.
That's it. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Much less risk there. It's just like I can't stress enough the benefits of it and the how much this unties your hands, because anything that requires just you and only you can be, you can be very proud how necessary you are, or but it's also a burden. You have to be there no matter what. I will remember the day all my life when it was many years ago, 15 maybe 15. I couldn't even believe what Jonathan was saying to me. You have to get out of the office. And I was saying, what is this man talking about? I'm so necessary in the office. He was saying, you're not necessary at all, not in the office. Get out of it. And I was insisting going to the office and being there until I got myself a laptop and I understood what he meant, you know, so it has much more benefit. I could be everywhere, literally, but this is another story. So, Charles, how about you?
Yes, sorry guys, I have to get going, so I'm going to say have a nice weekend. I was just going to say to Georgina, I don't know if this helps, but being the owner is not something that I worry about with Oxinity. And Mark, another thing I don't worry about with Oxinity, again, I don't know if this helps, are cancellations because of Oxinity's policy and the flexibility and the rearranging of classes. They make it very easy for the students to get there. So, I've seen that the students get there. And those are two of the most beautiful things of the system. And have a nice weekend, everybody. Excuse me, I have to get to one of our classes.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you, Charles.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye. Thank you for everything. So, Mark, before we go, Mark, have you raised your hand, or that was from before?
No, that was from before. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
let me put it down.
Yeah. So basically, when you are only, when you depend only on your availability, only on your time, only on whether the success depends on you, it's a lot of burden. It can be a nightmare. That's why I here say, sell low, get and receive a higher rate. Yeah, sell low, 7. Receive, grant for yourself a higher rate, 21, 28, 35. Okay, so I don't know. Remember, margin comes from grouping plus technology. Remember that, and that has to be your unique selling point. Whether it's magic or not, there is a solid foundation behind it, and you can explain it. I'll also try to explain it to in in the dossier. It's the dossier for companies, for kids. I can include how exactly this technology helps people, for instance, but grouping plus technology achieves that: students to pay less, teachers to get paid more. Yeah, so for Johanna, for Fiona, if you guys have come at a point where you don't know how to continue, it's one of these things that when we find the message to and transmit to your students, then you will see that the situation will change dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. No, that's really really helpful. And because I've been doing a lot more teaching over the last few weeks, Radmila, I'm getting much more of an understanding of how this whole thing hangs together, how it works, and how it interacts with the students. So yeah, each week and with each Friday talk, I'm learning something new every time.
Yeah. And for you guys, make it simple for you. Selling you, and don't get me wrong, the verb, I know the connotation of selling, but let me use it. Selling yourself has limitations. It's a lot of burden. If you sell freedom, that the students can choose when they want to go, yeah, and they don't depend on your hours, all the better. The other part is going to be difficult for you in the first place. Selling hours is difficult, very difficult. It means that your interests and your availability and the student have to coincide 100%. Yeah, this is very difficult to sell. A business model based on that has an ending. Why do you think we say we are organizing? Our model is based on open web classes. Why do you think that we have chosen it, being there's still a demand? Maybe it there used to be much more years ago, but there still is for privates, because now we know the limitations. You depend on the hours that you have, 20, 30 top maximum. So one teacher in the open web classes, they can teach up to 60 students. Yeah, one teacher in the private classes, 30 is already crazy. 20, yeah. So imagine, and in the open web classes, you can teach 60 students, but you can have endless students. Yeah, so selling your hours is more difficult. I don't advise it. I wouldn't do it. Therefore, you can do whatever you want. If I were you, I wouldn't want that for me. So I have to tell you, I don't want for you something that I wouldn't want for me. Georgina, do you want to say something?
Yeah, just a thingy. I don't know if it's possible between all of you guys and the teachers. Like what I say, if you can teach like a beginner, it's amazing because you can really see how the system works. Like because I've seen it with my eyes in two cases. A person who the first class, no entiendo. Third class, I cooking tomato. And when you see it, like when you have the experience, there's no way back. And it's amazing. And that's when you start believing. But you have to believe in the system because you see it works. And that's something that if you are able, any of you, Fiona or Johanna, or if Ramila, you can, if you go through that experience, you can, it's very, very easy. And I don't sell myself. I say, hey, I'm teaching with the stuff, it's amazing. And this is what I talk about. I talk about the technology, really. That's what you're
That's
saying. I don't talk
amazing.
about me. I talk
Yeah.
about the technology. And that's when people start, and they go, wow, because I've seen it. And I said, yeah, I've seen it. So there's only, nobody can convince me that it doesn't work because I've seen it. So if
I'm
anybody can go through that experience, it's only 3 classes. If you can arrange that, it's amazing.
Well, that's I really appreciate that you mentioned that because
I know.
I remember
Yeah.
now a case some weeks ago with a student Dan that Danny was calling me and he was saying, Radmila, this student is frustrated. First class in S1. I don't know who the teacher was. I never asked. He's frustrated. He says that if we don't change, he will not connect anymore. And I said, please let's talk about him and let's make a different deal. He connects, comfortable or uncomfortable, to any single class. Okay, he connects. If in 1 month, 2 months, whatever, he's still unhappy and uncomfortable, we give his money back. Okay, but today he connects. No, and believe me, it makes the whole difference because yeah, probably all these barriers are in our minds. What you say is exactly what happens. It happens with adults, it happens to kids, and we have to remember this moment and this testimonial to tell and to anticipate and to tell people, hey, I know what's going on to this kid or to this adult. I know what is going to happen. Just give me 1 month or so, or I will give your money back. You won't give them their money back. You'll see. Blanca?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, I mean, something very similar happened to me. Was a student that I had one day, and then like 3 weeks later, I had him, and the difference was incredible. And just using the email, I mean, you send them an email after every class, use it to say, hey, after I've noticed an immense difference after 3 weeks. And I think that helps them too, to want to continue.
Wow, amazing. So imagine these people, if we only told them this on the first class, yeah, I can definitely detect your progress. How can you increase that app? Go and continue with the classes and complement with the app. Yeah. So this is it. Remember to praise when you see progress and remember to tell them, and you accelerate that in this with the app. Yeah, why? Because all the activities that don't are not necessary because you can have the immediate, the automatic answer and the explanation there, but unnecessary to accelerate you in class. Perfect. Then continue with the app as well. But these are amazing testimonies. We have to get them, Georgina and Blanca, from these students. Yeah, we have to get them. Okay, all in all, if we put all these things, let's align the ideas here and we're gone. The ideas are, yeah, you either sell your availability, which is limited, and after selling your availability, then there is nothing further but losing students. Or we forget about our limitations and we give freedom to the student. We give freedom to the student, we buy freedom for ourselves. We decide when to teach and the hours that we're going to get, And for every student that we have, yeah, in the open web classes, we add a +7. Students get a product, the best ever, for €7 hour. Yeah, you get the rate that you want, starting at 21 with this model. This is it. So Mark, if you still need that we go over it and that we see case scenarios, we will, no problem whatsoever. Approach me after the meeting, we will. If any of you want to know more, either in this individual meeting or next week, we can also talk about it. Yeah, until you guys are okay, I know what I'm doing, I know how to approach, I know what to offer, and I know what to expect in return. Okay, we will do that. Great. Okay, well, thank you very much to everyone. It's been great, very great testimonials, very good. Yeah, I'm very grateful for this meeting, for your questions as well. Yeah. Okay,
thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye.
Mark.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.